The following program may contain strong language and mature content. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hey, I'm Donta.
And hey, I'm Dana.
And welcome to the Donta Show.
What's up, Village? It's your boy Kwame, the man with the plan behind the stands. I'm going to go ahead and make this quick because some of y'all got mouths and be talking mess in the comments and saying that the intro commercial is too long. So, I got something for you. Here we go. Let's get into it. Before we bring out these awesome kings, I need you to stop what you're doing. Excuse me? Excuse me? Ma'am, sir, you, you. Whether you're watching on Facebook, Twitter, or YouTube, I need you to go ahead and share this live stream. Donta and Dana didn't get all dressed up for you not to share their melanated goodness, so share. You share everything else up in here. Share some quality content for your boys. Now that we mentioned YouTube, are you subscribed to the Donta Show's YouTube? Oh, you're not? Oh, girl. I'm going to need y'all to get it together. Join the village. Go over to www.youtube.com/Donta Morrison. And when you get a chance, head over to Dr. Morrison's. That's right, your boy got his PhD. Head over to Dr. Donta Morrison's website, www.dontamorrison.com, where you can learn more about the man, the myth, the legend known as Donta. And while you're at it, grab some TDS merch and his books. Yes, purchase those smutty books filled with smut. Grab The End of the Rainbow and Yesterday Clarified. And last but not least, head over to the company that put this all together, Pyro Media Network. Pyro Media Network is a proactive network focused on providing an innovative space for content creators and entrepreneurs. PMN is dedicated to giving its viewers a diverse entertainment experience while helping content creators elevate their production, engagement, and overall branding. To date, PMN has reached over 1 million viewers and listeners internationally, produced over 52 successful shows with high ratings and fanfare, and has housed over 60 content creators, brands, and businesses through entertainment and consulting services exclusive to PMN. Pyro Media Network is a network that makes you feel at home. So if you have an idea for a show, podcast, or need some professional video and audio production for your business or brand, then join the Pyro family today. Go ahead and visit www.pyromedianetwork.com and we will show you how to go to the next level. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, please help me welcome my brothers from another mother, the dynamic duo, the melanated kings themselves, Donta and Dana. Let's get it. Let's go!
Hey, what's up, everybody? Happy Monday. It's your boy, Dr. Dante Morrison, and I'm excited to be back with you again for another round of the phenomenal, the informative, the Dante Show. As you can see, I am solo bolo. There is no Dana with me on tonight. He had another obligation, but he is doing big things. So be on the lookout for what Dana's about to just release to the people. So Dana's not here tonight, so I am your guy. I mean, it is called the Dante Show, so who better to open it up than Dante? So hopefully you all are having a great week. Your week is starting off good. Hopefully that is the case. If not, I pray that something is said on tonight that's gonna just brighten your day. That's gonna just remove whatever toxicity that may have landed in your lap on today and wake you up. I got a great guest on tonight. We're gonna unpack a phenomenal I don't want to say a product, but I'm all about supporting Black entrepreneurs and supporting Black businesses. Hey, what's up, Kyrie? I'm glad your week started off great. Everybody can't say that, my king. So you know what? That's how Black I am now. Going to Ghana changed me. My king. How are you doing, my bro? So Kyrie, you're going to appreciate tonight's show. Paul, what's up? I see the Thai squad rocking up in here. What's up, LLE? What it do, y'all? What it do? Tonight's show is going to be very informative. I really push Black entrepreneurs, Black businesses, especially those who are just launching something, because I think that we need to know that we got each other's back. All right. And sometimes that doesn't happen unless you reach like this mega millions following and all that kind of stuff. But one time for the little guy. That's how I look at life. That's how I look at the Black community, because I think that everyone in the Black community has something to contribute. You may not think you do, but you have something to contribute. And the Dante Show is a platform that will allow you to share your contributions to your own people, those that look like you, love like you, experience life like you. We are here. So on tonight, I want us to support tonight's guest as we talk about what she has launched, what she is doing, what she is bringing to us that's going to better our life, better our look, and all that kind of stuff. I'm excited. So now that we have survived the week of Renaissance, the week of Renaissance. When I tell you last week, and I love me some Beyonce, I'm a Beyonce fan. I'm not a member of the Hive. I'm a Beyonce fan. But last week was, I'm not going to say draining, but last week was a lot. It was a lot with the leak of the album the day before, and then the leak of the album the day before, and then the drop of the album, then the whole Khalees debacle. It was just a lot last week. And I'm not going to lie. I was kind of sick of hearing Beyonce's name. No shade to Bey. I love Beyonce. I love all her catalog. I love what she does. But when I tell you last week, it ran me low. Between the back and forth of who liked it, who loved it, who didn't like it, and all that kind of stuff, it's always interesting to me to see people argue about an artist. Arguing. If you didn't like it, so be it. If you love it, so be it. But there's no need to pull out Ginsu knives and start fighting like folks did over that Popeye's chicken sandwich. It is no need to fight each other over Beyonce's album, who liked it, who didn't like it. Me, for one, Alien Superstar, I don't get it, but y'all love it. So be it. It's a bop. Y'all do the thing. I ain't mad at you. There's other songs on there that I'm really rocking, that I appreciate, but I ain't finna fight nobody that don't like the album. And I ain't finna go hang out with somebody that I don't like just because they like the album. I mean, let's just be real, people. So if Renaissance was for you, Renaissance was for you, and so be it. In other news, Kim and Pete broke up. I wish I had like the womp, womp, womp sound effect. Did we really care? They make the news too. Kim Kardashian and Pete Davidson, they broke up, and then Kanye did this post and called him, I forgot what he called him, something rest in peace to something Davidson. Kanye, you're being petty. You're being really, really small. Kanye, you're doing dos mucho. Yeezy, dos mucho. We kind of forgot about you for a minute, and then you always slip back into the box. You always come back. So Kanye, whatever. And I personally would not be surprised if Kim and Kanye got back together. I wouldn't, because these two are stunt kings and queens, and they love to pull a good old stunt to keep people talking. So let's see what these comments got to say. Do y'all think Kim and Kanye are gonna get back together? Do y'all think this was all just a little bitty, let's just go our separate ways for a minute, make some noise, ruffle some feathers, and then bring it all back for season 95 of Keeping Up with the Kardashians? I mean, I'm just saying. They wasn't a match. Kim and Pete Davidson wasn't a match. Yeah, he wasn't black. So that within itself made them mismatched right there. I mean, you know what Kim go for, and it ain't Pete. So yeah, I'll leave that right there because there's probably some KK fans up on here, but I don't really care. I don't care. We all know that, right? He's under the spell. What's Keem? I made sure to tag you, fam. I think I tagged you. No, you're not late, bro. You right on time. You right on time. Like the Lord. It may not come when you want him, but you're right on time. Welcome, King. Welcome, King. Haven't seen you in a minute. So yeah. So we did the Kim. We did the Kim. We did the Pete. We did the Beyonce. Give it up for Renaissance. But let's talk about Anne Heche for a minute. Anne Heche. I wonder what is Ellen DeGeneres sitting back saying. Is Ellen saying, wow, I really dodged a bullet, or is Portia looking at Ellen like, you better not go to that hospital? Ellen, I wish you would go to the hospital, because Portia, I think she bought it. Portia seemed like she bought it. But Anne, not only did you flee the scene of one accident, you crashed into the house, lit the house on fire, burnt yourself. Now you in a coma. And on top of that, we got celebrities saying, get well soon, and prayers going up for Anne. But not their celebrity posted about the people whose house got burnt up by Anne Heche's antics. Nobody said, wow, Anne, you really messed up. Hope you get better. But prayers going out to those who may have lost their entire home, due to your recklessness. Where is the celebrity, outcry for the people that lost their house? Where's the celebrities coming together to say, yo, we're going to rebuild your house on behalf of our drunk friend? In the words of my boy, Kyrie Sinaj, Anne Heche was drunker than Cooter Brown, and was gone. And when TMZ reported, it's facts, because I didn't care what happened with Michael Jackson as far as the passing. CNN said he died. Fox News said he died. ABC, CBS, NBC, KJLH, KACE, 102. Everybody said Michael Jackson died. Until I saw it on TMZ, I didn't believe it. Once TMZ posted it, then I slid under my desk and I just wailed. So when I saw what TMZ posted about Anne Heche, I don't care what the mainstream media does to try to fluff this out to be she just kind of snapped. Nah, TMZ showed the bottle and that red cup. And we all know what that red cup symbolizes. Those of you who got a red cup in your hand right now, raise it up, do a toast. But yeah, so Anne Heche is still in the hospital. She's still burned. I'm not saying that to be funny or insensitive. She's in the hospital. She's burned. She was driving while drunk. She crashed into one apartment complex, then sped down a residential street, and then crashed into a house. Had that been Viola Davis, good God from Zion, had that been Viola Davis driving reckless, racing down a residential street, crashing into a house, oh my goodness. When I tell you they would have went to Viola's house and took back every Oscar, Emmy, Golden Globe, Tony, everything Viola, they would have canceled the African Queen, the movie that's coming out. They would have had that been Viola. Viola would be in jail right now in a coma. Viola would wake up in jail, say, whoa, what happened to the hospital kid? Nah, we bypassed all that. Nah, we bypassed all that. You going to jail. And not jail, you going to the pen. You going to Folsom. Hey, Folsom's for men. Yeah, well, the ladies' jails are all filled up. So you going to Folsom, Miss Davis. So what? Let's just be honest. I cannot wait to see how they spin this in Anne Heche's favor. I can't wait to see what happens. I cannot wait to see what happens. And then before I bring on tonight's guest, we're at the 8:15 mark. So guests, get ready because you about to come on the show. Prayers still going up for those lives lost in that tragic accident, on La Brea and Slauson. Literally a mile from my job. And I drove by the accident site, today, to be honest, and just to see the flowers that have formed, where the crash occurred. For those that may not know what I'm talking about, hey LT, how you doing, fam? For those that may not know what I'm talking about, last week there was a horrific accident on the corner of La Brea and Slauson. 6 or 7 people perished. One was a 8.5 month pregnant woman, her baby, and the baby's father. The baby that she was having's father, not the baby that was in the car. She passed away, and then I think another person was somebody crossing the street, and then 2 other people who were in the car, and the driver survived. I think she was going almost 100 miles an hour. For those unfamiliar with that location, basically she was coming down the hill, and I go down that hill often to get to my mama's house. Coming down the hill, it was a missile. It was a missile, but the family does have a GoFundMe up. I think it's already at like $120,000 on the GoFundMe. But yeah, when you drive in that area, you just feel it. It's just like, wow, this is unbelievable. But yeah, so prayers continual for that family, for all the families that lost a loved one in that situation. And is it just me? But do you guys find it hard? Now, this is my human side, not my super spiritual side. Do you guys find it hard to pray for the person that caused the accident? And this is just me, because, it's like people say, I want to lift up everyone involved. Well, everyone involved also includes the perpetrator, also includes the nurse, the ICU traveling nurse from Houston, who worked at Kaiser Permanente, West LA. It also includes her. What's up, Z Will? It also includes her. So she's the one that crashed into the cars. She's the one that caused all that death and mayhem. Afterwards, she's sitting on the side of the road with just a little cut on her forehead or whatnot. Do you find it hard to also pray for her and her family and what they're going through? Sharitha said, yep. Keem said, yep. LE says, yes, the human side. Yeah, the human side is like, man, you killed 7 people. Or six people in just, it's like, how do you do that? And I think that's a test of who we are. Those who profess to a higher power or try to live morally upright lives or try to exist based upon your spiritual code, which means love thy neighbor as you love thyself. Love conquers everything, forgiveness and all of that. If you subscribe to any religious belief that pushes love thy neighbor, love, she is supposed to get that same love. So it's that juggle. It's that juggle. And none of us are God. We don't know what lesson is on the other side for her. I mean, I'm sure she's not going to sell out rooms at a TED Talk about, drunk driving. She's not going to do that. But it makes you wonder, right? All that over a dude. And Kim, you exactly correct. What she's about to go through now mentally, she's gonna just be like, I was better off dying in that accident, So that's that. All right, so now on to the show. So tonight's guest is someone whom I have known for, I can honestly say, decades. We have been friends since the 4th grade and continual friends. Not just, I remember you from elementary school. No, we've been friends since Broad Acres Elementary School, Curtis Junior High, not middle school, I went to junior high school, Curtis Junior High School and Banning High School. It's so hard to be a pilot. We've been friends that whole time. And thanks to social media, all of us can remain connected. Connected and whatnot. So yes, LT, the driver on the inside, driver's dead. But so Sharon and I go back, and then we hung out. I was about 6 months ago, thanks to our constant reunifier, Sheila McGee. And Sharon was talking about this new business she started. She says, once it gets started, I need to be on your show. I'm like, yeah. All right, Sharon, start the business, you'll be on the show. She's like, no, once it gets started, I need to be on your show. I'm like, all right, Sharon. Bet, what's the business? She was telling about the business, and I'm intrigued because I'm looking at myself like, this might Z, well, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Pilots all day. So Sharon hit me up a few weeks ago and said, yo, it's time. Business is launched. Let's get this going. I'm ready to be on the Donta show. I said, all right, bet. Pyro, make it happen. I sat back and they booked my girl, Sharon Williams, to be a guest on the Donta show. So without further ado, Village, help me welcome to the Donta show for her very first appearance, Sharon Success Williams. Sharon.
Hey, so glad to be here. So honored to be a part of this segment. It's such a blessing to be able to sit in and listen to the recap of the latest news that's going on. I have a few opinions of my own, but that's not today's topic. I'm going to stick to the script because we are on a time schedule. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and give you the floor.
Because Sharon, I already know you can unpack a lot of what I talked about. I already know because me and you had these conversations.
Exactly.
Like, yo, because I got something I want to say. I'm like, well, hold on.
Right. But look, everything in decency and in order. So, that's not today's topic. So we're gonna stick to the script.
Right. So let's do this. So Sharon, you are, for one, you're an entrepreneur and you are a boss. I rocks with bosses. You've been making boss moves since we was little. Always in control of the narrative and making things happen. And now you got this new venture. So I can't explain it as good as you can. So I'm gonna sit back and I'm gonna let my girl talk about what her boss venture is all about and how we can benefit from it. So Sharon, it's on you.
Absolutely. Okay, so my name, like he's already said, my name is Sharon Williams. People call me Success. So my company that I launched is called Success Body Goals. Now, all my life, I have struggled with, or I would say challenged with weight. And with that being said, I've tried numerous diets. I've tried working out and diets are good because you do need to incorporate both of those in your daily day-to-day activity in order for you to see some sort of results. However, I discovered within the last couple of years a hidden secret called fat cavitation and radio frequency. And just like when you go to the gym and you want to work on your, you say, you tell your trainer, listen, I want to work on my arms. I want my arms to be tighter. So they'll tell you, okay, well, let me introduce you to this machine, use this machine, do this amount of reps, this many times, and work out this many days a week, and you will see results eventually. Well, with fat cavitation and radio frequency, I learned that I can target an area and you'll see the results by the time you get up from the massage table. And it's not something to where you would say, oh, okay, I don't have to do it anymore, but it's something that you'll see. And results are motivation. It's like the igniting fuel to keep you moving forward and conquering the goals that you've set for yourself. So with that being said, I went and had a treatment. Someone told me about fat cavitation, and I hear a lot of things about weight loss, and a lot of them are gimmicks. So I was kind of skeptical initially, and then I went and I said I want to work on my waist area. I want to see if we can bring my waist in, more. And when the lady, she did the treatment on me. She took pictures prior to the treatment. And then when I was done, she measured my waist. And I had lost literally 4 inches. That was within like 30 minutes of treatment, like 4 inches. And not just because your stomach is in 3 different parts. You have your lower abdomen, the middle abdomen, and the upper abdomen. So with all 3 parts, I lost like 4 inches. So I was
one treatment.
One treatment. So then that made me, being who I am, I have a degree in healthcare administration, healthcare management, and also natural sciences with a emphasis on finance. So with that being said, my wheels started turning. I'm like, wait a minute, do people know that this even exists? Because anyone who works out at the gym, and I know for me, I would spend hours at the gym after working all day. So I would go to the gym and get off at 5, and I would leave the gym at like 8 o'clock at night. I mean, just exhausted. But because of the, drive that I had and I wanted to see certain results, I knew that I couldn't slack off. So what I did was I started researching fat cavitation. And so I said, what exactly is going on? Why are you losing inches that fast? What's going on?
Right. What's
So
happening?
yeah, exactly. What's happening? So what's happening is there's the machine, each machine, the machine that I have is quite high end, but each machine, its goal is to allow the fat cells to be broken and pushed into the lymphatic system and ultimately eliminated through the urine. So what happens is a lot of times when we lose weight, we might lose weight and say, oh, you know what? My jeans are getting looser or whatever the case may be. But then if you gain weight, like sometimes we do, the yo-yo situation,
Right.
and when you gain the weight back, you gain it right back in the same spot. You saying, well, I never gain weight on my knees. Why I always gain weight on my thighs? Why it
Yeah, yeah,
always have
yeah.
to be my stomach? You know what I mean? And what it is because those fat cells are there. They're just dormant. So what happens is when you eat the things that cause you to gain weight, they're activated and ignited, and then you begin to gain weight in those same areas. So what happens with fat cavitation, it eliminates the actual cell. So what happens is when you do gain weight, or if you do gain weight, that particular area is going to have to create a whole new cell in order for you to gain weight in that area again. So that is the unique part about fat cavitation. And with radio frequency, as we get older, we lose the collagen in our skin and your skin begins to sag. And for women, we try all kind of things. It's like, oh, this ignites collagen. If you put this on your face at night, or if you wake up in the morning and put this on your face before you leave the house, collagen will be, ignited. Or sometimes they tell you if you orally ingest it, it's going to form collagen. I don't know any of those methods to be true, but what I can say is with radio frequency, the skin tightens up. You feel literally that your skin has tightened. I would not recommend doing fat cavitation without radio frequency, because what happens is with the fat cavitation, your body is going to eliminate those inches, but the skin may sag because it doesn't have the support any longer, which is the fat, to hold it up. If you even notice someone who has like a round face, the skin will be tighter. It won't be like as loose. But if someone has a slimmer face, it may sag a little bit. And the reason why is because there's not any fat in that particular area. So when you do the radio frequency, it is a very warm machine. It has like 4 different levels, and you do it according to what your body can handle. And what the radio frequency does is it ignites dormant collagen, the collagen that sometimes, you have in your body from when you're older. Like when you become older, it's not as active. So that heat allows it to be ignited, and then the collagen begins to tighten up. And it also forces the body to create new collagen. So with that being said, it actually forms as a tightening bond. So when you do the fat cavitation, you're going to lose the inches. The inches are going to be, eliminated. And then you follow up with the radio frequency, and it'll bring the skin back together tight. So it'll actually show as if, you never did lose the weight, that it was something that was actually natural. And I always tell every one of my clients, always compress. Always compress. And basically what a compression does is it brings everything and seals it in. It's like almost like a sealer after you paint. If you paint and they say, oh, you know what, we got to put a sealer, the finishing touch would be the compressor, which means like the waist trainer. Now, I'm not going to advise you to wear a waist trainer because some people are really, really extreme with the waist trainers, and they'll wear a waist trainer and you're turning literally blue in the face. No, I'm
Right,
not
like
recommending.
it's a corset.
Right. I'm not recommending anything like that. Now, it may be a little bit uncomfortable because it is going to be tight, but not tight to the fact that you can't breathe. I would never recommend anything like that. But for anyone who, I just did 2 people today, and one of the ladies is an older lady, and I told her, I said, you know what, I can't really, make you compress, because she said, oh, I hate wearing waist trainers. That's just like a pet peeve of mine. I just can't do it. It's just uncomfortable. I said, well, your results are what you make them. So for me, immediately when I got my treatment, I immediately compressed right away, and the results was even better. Like when I took off the compression the next day, because I kept it on overnight, and when I kept it on overnight, the next morning I was like, okay, yeah, this is for me. Definitely, this is for me. It depends on what your goals are. I always tell my clients, I said, listen, write down what your expectations are, because it's just like when you go to the gym, or just like when you start a diet. I can do part of what you want done. I'm going to help you reach your weight loss or fitness goals, but you have to maintain and do your part. So when you leave me and I say, oh, wow, you lost like 4 or 5 inches. This is awesome. We're off to a great start. I record it. I take pictures. I measure everything, and I have their statement, which is what their expectations are. And you walk out and you leave and you go to Wendy's and you get you a burger and some fries, sweetie, those 4 inches is coming back tonight.
That was my question, because when you said I can come in my first treatment, I can lose 4 inches. I'm like, then bet. So I can do that. Then I can go to Brawley Hut and give me some chili cheese fries, and I'll be all right.
Look, and that's what I tell my clients. I'm not telling you can't eat Brawley Hut, but what I'm telling you is, what do you want more? You paid the money for the treatment. You see the results. You skip some steps in between, because normally when you go to the gym, you don't see the results right away. You're sore for about a month.
Right.
Yeah. So, you skip some steps. So now you're seeing results, and you want to forfeit those results because you want to eat something. That's up to you. It's up to you. You have to be the one to the determining factor in your goals. It has to be you at the end of the day. And that's with anything in life. With you getting your degree, your PhD, nobody couldn't take those assessments for you. Nobody couldn't study for you. That had to be a me decision. So that's the same thing with losing the inches, losing the fat. If you have like a pouch and you really want to get rid of it, and you say, okay, wow, I found something that actually works. I see results. Well, you don't want to go get the treatment, then turn right back around and say, well, you know what, I'm going to get something to eat, or I'm going to drink, because alcohol has a lot of calories. And another thing that I have with a lot of my clients is they want to get faded. And it's like, you can get faded.
Right.
Yeah, you can get faded. I'm not going to tell you can't get faded. You can leave my facility and go get faded. But just know that you're going to be starting over and over. It's like a cycle. It's like a hamster on a wheel. You just going round and round and round and round. And ultimately, I'm making money and you're seeing any results. And it's not my fault. It's because that's the choice that you're making. So Sharon, I always let them know.
All right. Okay. So look, you just poured a lot of stuff on us in 15 minutes. I mean, you hit it. 15 minutes non-stop. All right. So I'm letting folks get their questions up in the chat. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to take a quick commercial break, 2 minutes, 2 and 2. I'm going to look at some of these questions, pull them up. So get ready, because they coming. I'm looking at them right now. So they coming.
I'm ready. Right? Let's go.
We'll be back in 2 minutes, y'all.
Okay.
righty, we are back with Sharon Success Williams, and Sharon is dropping knowledge. So those of y'all out there that may have a pouch, 1, 2, or 3 pouches, or whatever the case may be, you want to get rid of it. You've been going to the gym nonstop trying to see results, and I'll admit, when you go to the gym and you don't see the results you want fast enough, that can be discouraging, and then you won't go back. Or you'll find yourself decreasing how many times you go because you're like, ain't nothing happening. So I'm gonna go and walk the treadmill, but I'm gonna walk it while I'm sipping on a Slurpee. Silly stuff like that. Because I know I had started out with a trainer. Shout out to Lavelle if he's still watching. Had a trainer, was doing good, going ham, doing the boxing, the whole 9, but I wasn't seeing it fast enough. And I'm like, man, this is dumb. I ain't feeling it. Now I regret it because if I would have stuck with it, but then I'm hearing you talk like, oh, so I can just go get 20 inches sucked off or burned off or vaped off, evaporated off, whatever, and be good. So I'm gonna get some of these questions. So the first one, Z Will asked, and he asked, he or she, I don't know if it's he or she, I don't know, who is Z Will? Is this the same thing as the freezing the fat, whereas it doesn't return?
Okay, that's called Coolsculpting. Coolsculpting costs probably about $2,000 more. And Coolsculpting,
wait a minute.
yeah,
okay,
yeah, you heard it right.
Yeah, give me hot sculpting.
Yeah, $1,500 to $2,000 more. And Coolsculpting, actually, the results are minimal and it's painful. That's one thing I want to say about fat cavitation and radio frequency. There's no pain. You're not going to feel any type of pain. The only thing is with fat cavitation, there is like a buzzing sound that's very subtle that the person who's being treated will hear. The technician will not hear it, although I know it exists because I cavitate as well. But the person who's being treated, the patient, they will hear a buzzing sound that's subtle. But that's called Coolsculpting, what they're making reference to. And that's painful. And it takes at least 6 to 8 months before you receive some sort of results. And they'll tell you that the results are very, very minimal. And you have to do multiple sessions with Coolsculpting as well. That's why it takes
multiple $2,000 more sessions.
Well, no. What happens is usually with Coolsculpting, they'll say, okay, your first 3 sessions you're gonna do within 2 months, and that's gonna be $2,000. But for you to receive, results and be able to see the results, they're gonna say, but you're gonna need at least 8 months worth of treatment. So then you're going to be paying $2,000 for maybe 2 months and then another $2,000, depending on what, where you are and what you're trying to do. But definitely $2,000 for the first probably 8 weeks of treatment. It's probably going to be $1,500 to $2,000 easy. But they will tell you that you're not going to see any results until like 6 to 8 months.
But you can lose that going to the gym.
You can. You definitely can.
Okay. And then I think Chris Neal, she came in on the part when you was talking about you said radioactive radiation, something.
Radio frequency.
Radio frequency. Is that painful?
No, neither one of them are painful. The only thing about radio frequency is that the dial is from 1 to 4, 4 being the hottest. And the hotter that the dial is, or the actual device is, the tighter the skin becomes. I use 4 for myself, but that's because I can handle 4. The treatment, the dial you want to continue, whoever the technician is, they want to continue to move it in the particular area. You don't want it to sit on the skin, because if it sits on the skin, it can become irritating. But other than that, there's no pain, nothing at all. None of my clients, I could say maybe one of my clients said, oh, you know what? I can actually feel the warmth. But I normally start off my clients with a 1 or a 2. And then I let them, decide if they want to take it up, whatever the case may be. But I use 4. I use 4, but it's painless.
Got it. Okay. Next question. What's the longevity? Most seniors naturally lose weight as they age and will possibly need these dormant fat pockets. Is there a way to replenish them if ever needed? Can they get that fat back?
They can't get the fat back. What they can do is they can ignite any collagen that they have. Now, some things, like in terms of like if someone is like 70 years old, 80 years old, there is an age cap. You still can do the treatment, but the results will be less effective. You understand what I'm saying? Because somebody 70 versus somebody 50, you're going to have way more collagen that's lost at 70 than you are at 50, or you are better yet, you should. And so with somebody that's 70, you're going to see some type of results, because I had a client the other day. She was actually 72 or 73, but she looked so well. You can tell that she really, really took care of herself. And as a result of that, she worked out and her body looks good. She has some areas that's sagging, and it doesn't necessarily have to be the treatment done on your stomach. It could be on your arms, your legs, your thighs. It just depends, whichever area you want, and back, because you know how sometimes people, the back fat, sometimes, the treatment is done on the back. But with this particular client, she's up in age, part of the Asian population, and I was very impressed with how her skin was responsive to the treatment. It actually was getting tighter and tighter as the treatment moved on, but she's going to do like at least 3 or 4 sessions or whatever, because of what it is that she wants to accomplish.
Got it. Okay, hope that answers your question, Z Will. Kyrie Sinaj of Candid Conversations. How often do you have to do the treatment so the weight doesn't return?
Well, it actually depends.
Lifestyle, right?
Yeah, it definitely is a lifestyle, but it also depends on, like for me, I'm gonna just use myself as an example. What I will do sometimes is I'll do a treatment and then I'll go hard, because I tell everybody, you can still go to the gym. I advise you to still do whatever it is, your normal regimen. You can do that. But if you don't want to do that, that's fine too, in terms of working out. But as far as eating right and things like that, that's going to enhance whatever you're trying to do. But for myself, I'll do a cavitation treatment and a radio frequency treatment. And then I may do another one maybe 5 days after that, maybe 6 days after that. And it would be predicated on what I've eaten. So like if I went to a party and I've eaten and I know that I've gotten, off the chain a little bit, I'm like, okay, I'm going to do a treatment and then I'm going to get back on track. So in terms of answering the question, how many times you have to do it, it depends on your lifestyle. So if type of person that, I'm going to go hard Monday through Friday, and then Saturday I'm going to go out, and then Sunday I'm going to Saturday going to be my cheat day. Sunday I'm going to lay back. Then you might want to do another treatment that following week to get yourself back going. So it just depends on you, your lifestyle.
Got it. And then let me see. Another good question from Kyrie. Is there a BMI cap?
Well, no, but what I tell everyone is that if you're morbidly obese, this is not the starting point for you. It doesn't mean that you can't utilize this treatment as a tool to reach your fitness goal or your health, your health care goal.
To tell people. That's good to tell folks. Yeah.
Right. But if you're morbidly obese, this is not a starting point. I don't want to say that this is not for you, but it's not where you should start. So to answer that question, yes, there is. But it depends on it's a lot of different factors, and you have to be very, very gentle when you're handling that part of the information. You don't want to offend, because I came from an area where I was really, really heavy. And so I would be upset if I went somewhere and they said, oh, well, we can't service you because you're too heavy, even though that may be the case. But you just let them know there's some things that you have to do prior to coming to see me. And that's where the BMI comes in.
I think that's good information, because and I like how you're framing this, because it's not a quick fix. Right. It's an enhancement to what you're doing in your lifestyle.
Right.
Because I
Absolutely.
mean, for the ignorant, they'll be like, okay, well, like you said, you go to a party, you go clubbing. I'm gonna go ham on Friday through Sunday. I'm gonna go on and see success on Monday to get everything I ate kind of repositioned, and then I'll see her again next Monday after I go ham every weekend. But that's not healthy.
That's not healthy, and that's not helping you. You're still on the wheel. You're still on the hamster wheel. You're creating a cycle, and unfortunately, it's a negative cycle, and you're not going to see the results that you want. It's equivalent to going to the gym after you eat. You've eaten all of this food all weekend, or drank, or whatever the case may be, and then you hit the gym hard on Monday. I was a victim of that. I used to do that sometimes till I got sick of being in the same position that I was in repeatedly. And I said, you know what? Something has to give. And I spoke with someone, and she told me, she said, it was a trainer. She told me, she said, don't make your days off back to back. Don't make them consecutive like that, because once you off track, it's easy to continue to stay off track.
Yeah, that's
It's
fine.
hard to get back on track if
That's
you're
fine.
already off. So just like if you have a day, okay, Saturday, I'm off, I'm back on Monday, on Sunday. Like, don't take too many days, because it'll be hard for you to come back from that.
Yeah,
And
no,
that's my
I'm a
advice.
witness to
Yeah.
that. I'm guilty of that. I'm guilty of
Yeah.
that. Tasha Trailer, yes, you see the results in the first session. You see them in the first session.
Yes, you do.
How long does it last? Basically, it lasts however long you keep up your healthy lifestyle.
That's true. Dante? Okay, Dante.
Yeah, because I'm
the
looking
doctor
like
has spoken. The
like
doctor
listen.
is
I mean, because you framing it so good. You're basically saying, yo, if I got this stubborn, men, sometimes men, we retain a lot too.
Yes.
Our
I have
stomach, we
men
can't get rid of it.
clients. I have men clients,
Yeah.
and the number one areas that they like to work on is the abdomen.
Is our
They
gut.
like to work
Our
on the
gut
abdomen.
don't go.
Yeah.
I mean, I got little legs, little arms, but this stomach, you would swear I drank beer all day. It won't go nowhere. But I like how what you're providing is a kickstart.
Yeah.
It's a kickstart, and it's a motivating tool, because if I know I can now get in that medium shirt instead of that XL, I ain't going to get back to that XL again. So if success done got rid of this through this fat, whatever you call it, and then
Cavitation, yes.
Yeah, and all the other stuff, now I'm motivated.
Right.
So Sharon, the number one question on the thread, here we go. Cost. How much does this cost?
Okay. So for one treatment of fat cavitation, it's going to run you between $220 and $225, somewhere around there, $215, $225. And the session lasts for 45 minutes. That's the first treatment. Radio frequency is a little bit cheaper. It's going to run you between $200 and maybe $210. Now, if you go to certain facilities that are in different areas, for example, Beverly Hills, of course, it's going to be a little bit more. I don't want to just tell you that it's going to be $225 and that's it. If you go to Beverly Hills, Newport Beach, Anaheim Hills, you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah, say less. Say less.
Yeah.
If we keep it local, it's $220, about $225.
Exactly.
If we trust our own to do it, we good. But if we like all the other folks, we leave the black business and go get the same thing from the other people.
Right.
And now we price gouge, and we can't eat for a week anyway because we just spent all our money.
Exactly.
So that's why you ain't getting your weight, because you spent all your money over there somewhere.
Over there, right.
Yeah.
In Westwood.
Keep it local. Keep it local.
Yeah, just to let you know that it does range. The prices can, it can go up, but yeah.
So about $500 a session to get a complete session. About $500 roughly.
I would say between like $420 to $500. Yeah.
Okay, and how long are the sessions? Like, what frame it out for what should the people expect? So once they start calling you after this show and email to book their appointment, do I gotta take a day off work? Is this my lunch break? I mean, how does this work?
Actually, that's interesting that you would say that. I have clients on Saturdays because I work. So on Saturdays, they'll come on their lunch break, depending on the level of time, how much time they have. But the sessions are 45 minutes for the fat cavitation. And I mean, it's like working 45 minutes. Like I literally am sweating. It's not like something that's easy. Not for the technician, that is. Now, for the person who's receiving the treatment, it's kind of like a spa atmosphere. You're laying down, you're laying back. A lot of my clients go to sleep And it could be just because they work so hard, and by the time they get to me, they're just tired or whatever the case may be. But a lot of them do go to sleep. But the sessions for the fat cavitation is 45 minutes, and the session for the radio frequency is 30 minutes.
Okay, so about an hour and a half. Just
Yeah,
map out an hour and a half to come back out. So when I get off the table after all this, and when I leave, my pants gonna be sagging and my shirt gonna be loose, right?
When you leave, before you leave, I'm gonna take your measurements again. I'm going to take photos again, because I take photos before and measurements before and photos after and measurements after, and I allow you to see. Now, are your pants gonna be falling off of you, Donta? I don't think so. Not falling off where you came in when they were snug and you didn't need a belt, and when you leave, they falling off and you need a belt. No, not like that. That's exaggerated, and I want you to have a realistic goal or a realistic perception of what to expect. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But you definitely will see the difference. I even have photos on my page, my Instagram page, of before and after, and I have so much footage that I have to go through. I need to go through so I can upload it so that people can see it. They can really see it with their own two eyes and know that this thing is really effective. It really, really does work. Honestly,
so when you do it, like I'm sticking with me. I'm getting my stuff out. So if I come in and I'm like, Sharon, target the stomach area. You're only gonna target that certain area, right? I'm just saying, like, if a lady comes in and she had, she got the wings. Will you do both arms in a session, or do you focus on one arm in a session? Then they got to pay $500 to get the other arm. Now they're lopsided.
No.
How does work?
If they choose to target their abdomen, we do the abdomen. Okay. If they choose to do the arms, we're gonna do half on one arm and half on the other arm.
Okay, so it's both arms. They ain't gonna walk out one arm skinny, one arm still beefy.
No, we have to be balanced. Everything needs to be balanced. So
you know how we think. You know how we think. We always look at like, yo, you both these arms, or just one of them? Come talk to me.
No, I mean, no. Literally, I've had someone come in here. Oh, I want you to do my stomach and my arms, and can you do my back? Wait a minute, sweetheart. We're gonna slow that down. Let's back up. We're gonna target an area first, and we're gonna conquer that area. Then we're gonna move on to something else. Because see, what happens is, if you have me divide up the time and you want me to do your stomach and do your arms, then your results are going to be divided. So then you might not see what you really want to see and say, hey, you know what? This wasn't really what I expected. But if you let me penetrate that one area for that session, whether it be the arms, your thighs, your legs, your stomach, your back, you're going to see the results that day.
Now, when you do the fat cavitation, now you explain the whole. For those that missed the first part of the show, Sharon gave a in-depth breakdown of what fat cavitation does, what it's all about. So I strongly suggest you go back to the top and watch it from the beginning. Those that just are tuning in, but right now. But right now, I just want to know. So once I leave, you said something about peeing a lot. Am I peeing out the fat?
Yes,
I'm gonna look at like oil come out the when I pee. It's
not actually gonna be oil, but it will be particles. You will see particles in your urine, so don't get alarmed. I always tell my clients that, like, you will see particles in your urine. That's just fat. That's fat. The cells breaking down and it's being eliminated through your lymphatic system and eliminated through the urine. So I'm so glad that you said that, because sometimes you are going to urinate a lot. And I tell my clients, before you come, try to drink like a 8 ounce glass of water, or, a bottle of water or whatever, because it'll help. Sometimes mid-session, they have to use the restroom. They're like, oh, I got to use the bathroom. It's like, it happens very, very fast. But I don't want you to get alarmed, and be like, oh my God, what the heck happened to me? It's stuff in my urine, or whatever the case may be. It's just fat cells that's breaking down. That's all.
Okay. And then what about the pre-visit? Because I know when I would get a colonic, you're not supposed to eat certain foods for a few days before a colonic, because it can make it more uncomfortable, yada, yada, yada. Are there any things we need to know about before we get on that table? Because if I just had a burrito, and it's bubbling. I don't need you, mashing my stomach. Now I'm all gassy. Now you're ruining
Exactly.
this thing.
Exactly. And see, I don't
It's a
need you to
mess.
be doing that either.
Yeah, it's
So
a
what
mess.
I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make sure that I'm definitely transparent in explaining this to you as well as the rest of the people. I always advise my clients to eat light prior to your treatment. I wouldn't suggest you to eat a burger. It's just like for me, if you go into the gym, if you go into the gym, I'm not going to get a large burger with fries or whatever. I don't eat meat anyway, but I wouldn't go get that and then go work out because it's like you're defeating the purpose. But when you're doing the fat cavitation or radio frequency, I would say have something light and prepare to eat something light after the treatment as well. Now, something light could be a smoothie. You might drink a smoothie, or you might have an omelet. To me, an omelet is light. You might have an omelet that morning and then come see me, midday on a Saturday, or, you might see me after you get off work. If you get off work at 5 o'clock and you come see me and you've already eaten your dinner and you had a salad and maybe some, chicken on the side, not fried chicken, some grilled chicken, a grilled chicken salad, you can come and get your treatment. It's not too heavy. You know what I mean? It's not too heavy. And so it'll be, the results will be definitely manifested. No doubt.
Got it. All right, Sharon, we wrapping up. We got 5 minutes to go. So let folks know how to get in contact with you.
Absolutely. I thought you would never ask. Okay, so my Instagram is success, SUCCESS, body, BAWDY, one, success body one. And that's my IG. And then my email is successbody at successbody1 at gmail.com. So those are two ways that you can get in contact with me. Those are two ways that you can book me. If you have any questions, you can drop them in my DMs. And at some point within the next, 48 hours after your questions, I will respond, or someone will respond with the answers that you're looking for. And if you're just skeptical about it and you want to do more research, and a lot of times, a lot of my clients, they'll be wavering back and forth between Coolsculpting and fat cavitation. And I'll have that information for you as well. It's like, a pamphlet or whatever. I can send it to you. I can email it to you, whatever, just so you can get more information on it and get yourself more familiarized with it.
I love it. Sharon, phenomenal interview, phenomenal conversation. I hope your inbox, email, DMs, phone, all that stuff blows up after this. I'm definitely gonna come and get some cavitation stuff done to me because I can't get rid of the stomach. So I'm gonna hit you
Your
up.
words to God's ears. That's right.
Listen, I'm gonna hit you up and get this taken care of, and maybe we can do like a little group trip. Everybody, we gonna go together. We're gonna all mash in together. So maybe I will do that. I'll do it. Then we can do a part 2 talking about my experience. That way.
Oh yeah, that would be awesome because you have the feedback. Yeah, you have the feedback for the people.
We'll schedule
that. That's
good. Great interview.
Good.
So I'll be talking to you, sis.
All right. Thank you for having me. It's been an honor. You have a great evening and bye, Village.
Hey, y'all, that was phenomenal. Who want to get some fat cavitized? Let's get some fat cavitized, y'all. Let's summer 2023 is coming. Period, point blank. And Beyonce got 2 more albums to go. So let's get our body yada yaddies ready for that. All right. So thank you for watching on tonight. Make sure to subscribe to the Dante Show on YouTube. Just go to youtube.com/Dante Morrison. youtube.com/Dante Morrison. You'll be notified every single time we go live. So subscribe. Share tonight's episode with a friend. Somebody you know out there needs to get some fat cavitized. So let them know what Sharon is out there doing. Also follow me on Instagram, Dante_Morrison over there on the IG, Dante_Morrison over there on the IG. Village, I cannot thank you enough for riding with me. I appreciate you. I love you so much. Thank you. So please, thanks, Truth Seeker. Hit that like button. Go and hit the like button if you enjoyed tonight's episode. Like I said, just share. Help the boy get to 1,000 at least. 1,000. It ain't that much. Also, check out pyromedianetwork.com and all the wonderful shows that are on Pyro. It is a lot of content for everyone. It is a show for everyone. So please check out pyromedia.com and join the Pyro family if so be it. All right. So that concludes tonight's show. I think I'll be here tomorrow night. I'm not sure. My best friend is in town. My best friend's in town. We might go break bread tomorrow. So I'm not sure. I'll talk to Kwame after the show. I said that publicly so he won't yell at me because there. So stay tuned. I'll keep you updated, keep posted. But until then, be safe. Remember, monkeypox is out there. COVID is out there. I'm doing what I can to make sure you're all aware of both. So be safe. Wash your hands. Wear your mask. Don't freak with nobody if you don't know what they got. Okay? Until next time, take care. God bless. Good night.